this is a big one. I've got a lot of things that I'm trying, a lot of the newer things that have come out fairly recently. e.l.f. seems like they are always coming out with new things. If you browse the website, I think there's a new tab and it seems like there's always something different on there. But a lot of people have been telling me, hey, you need to update your e.l.f. favorites, you know, favorites from the whole brand. And I really do, but I wanted to try some new things first so I could have a more, you know, if I'm going to update it, I want to have an updated idea of the new things in the line. And I am going to be doing like updated favorites for a lot of different brands coming up soon, so be on the lookout for that as well. I get asked about that kind of thing all the time, so I'm happy to do it. But let's get right into it because we got a lot to go through, and I'll try to give you as many little reviews as I can. I got the eye makeup remover pads. These are sold in, just as you can see, a little packet here of 24. I got these because I wanted to see, you know, if they would be as good as the Almay eye makeup remover pads. One thing I've noticed is that they're not quite as saturated with remover, but they can do the job for just like, I don't know, touching up in the morning if you notice like, I washed my face, but there's still something under there. You know, it's a nice kind of refresher type step. And I think these could be more travel friendly since they're in the little packet. And like I would use those too to sometimes clean off my false eyelashes, and with these I don't think there would be enough liquid in them to make that happen. You guys know I like the Studio blushes, and this one I believe has been around for a while, but it is the blush in Twinkle Pink, and yeah, it really does twinkle. There's some glitter in there, and if you are not a fan of glitter in your blushes, I would say steer clear of this. I'm wearing it today, and I think it's a pretty color. It's actually, the blush itself, the powder, is pretty pigmented, but you can see some glitter coming off on your skin. I really wasn't sure how it was going to look just by the looks of the website, but I guess I should have taken the name Twinkle literally. It's gonna twinkle, it's sparkly. I got the e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush. Did I say that right? Blush brush. Okay, that's always so hard to say. But this is a really soft brush. I'm very impressed with that. When I use it with this particular blush, it can be kind of powdery, and I feel like this sort of cuts into the product a little more than I like, so I just use a normal non-angled blush brush with this, and it seems to, I can more lightly pick up the product. But I actually kind of enjoy this more for applying some highlight here because it's a little bit smaller, you know. It's not tiny by any means, it's very usable, but I kind of like it for this targeted area up here. Another brush I picked up was the small smudge brush, and this, I was expecting it to be a little bit thicker. Look as I turn it to the side, see how skinny that is? It's practically like the kind of brush that brands like, I think Maybelline will give you with their cream liner. You know, it's like a little, just a little flat detail brush, and I think it can be fine maybe for, you know, the detailed stuff you want to do around your eye area. I was wondering if this might be a dupe for the one by Sigma that I love so much. That's the E21, and as you can see as I hold that sideways, it's just got a little more thickness to it, and it's just, it's my perfect smudge brush. This one just a little bit thin. The brush that I got that I'm really liking is my retractable lip brush. This is cool. It just has the end there that pops down, and then as you pull it down, you get your lip brush out of the top. Nothing wrong with that. All the Studio brushes, I believe, are $3, and this is just a nice way to, you know, carry a lip brush with you if you want, and it's not going to get all messed up or mess up your other stuff. I got the e.l.f. Eye Refresh, and don't you feel like these depuffing products are kind of the trend right now? Like, every brand's putting out something like this, but it's one of those rollerball products. It feels really cool, and I think it can depuff the eyes. I mean, it's, especially if you put this in the refrigerator, it could be very refreshing. That's actually where I'm going to put this when I get done with this video, but it's not something that could be a replacement for an eye cream. Like if you really rely on an eye cream in the mornings when you're getting ready, this will absorb into the skin and not really be hydrating enough to do the job of an eye cream. Just in case you weren't sure on the function of this. In terms of an eye refresh, that implies that, you know, later in the day you might put this on, and I would never really feel comfortable rolling this on over my makeup. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of liquid in that. See how liquidy that is? I feel like that could really mess up the makeup. I would encourage you, if you want something to really refresh and rehydrate the under eye, get the Daily Moisture Stick. I did a whole video on that, and this is, you know, kind of a solid moisturizing product, and you can just dab that under your eye. Takes away the fine lines and caking that can sometimes happen there. But for the start of the day, to depuff, to kind of liven up your eye, make it feel a little more awake. Even for guys, I know sometimes guys in broadcasting will watch my videos. This would be a great thing for you morning news anchors. One of the things that I still need to mess around with a little bit to be able to give you a solid opinion on is the e.l.f. Lip Lock Pencil. I kind of got this because I wanted my mom to try it too, and it comes in just a clear shade. It's a twist up stick, and what you're supposed to be able to do is take this around the perimeter of your lips, and it's supposed to kind of be a barrier from your lip product feathering outside your lip line and up into little fine lines. So it has kind of a waxy feel to it. I may have used another product kind of like this from a different brand a while back, but I need to use that some more and let you know how that is. I also was really interested in the Mascara Primer. This is another thing from the Studio line. So of course it's white, and I want to give you a close look at this brush. I am wearing this under my mascara today. I've used this several times already, and I don't think the formula is a problem with this. It actually reminds me a lot of other mascara primers, but the brush, these brushes that just spiral around and have kind of, I mean, relatively speaking, compared to other mascara wands, they have kind of wide gaps in between, you know, all of the bristle clusters there. I feel like sometimes they clump my lashes together. I do not want my lashes clumping together before mascara even gets on them. You know, I want this to be a lengthening, separating kind of step. So it did good with the length, but I didn't feel like, I felt like when I went to put the mascara on, it kind of was fighting against having to break up some of the clumps that this created. The e.l.f. Precision Liquid Eyeliner. Everybody needs a good black eyeliner, and this has a brush tip there. You can see it's got some nice black product on there. Give you a swatch. Quality-wise, I mean, it seems like of the formula, it's nice and rich and black. It's not watery seeming to me at all. It's not a waterproof formula, so keep that in mind. This can come off rather easily if it comes in contact with your tears or something like that. My issue with this brush is as I go across my lash line, as I continue to make lines with this mascara, the little bristles of the brush, and let's see if the power of HD can show you here. The little bristles of the brush kind of come apart, and to a greater extent really than you're even seeing there in the shot. When you're trying to get a precise line, it really can create a problem if those bristles of your liner brush don't totally hang together. If they start to spread out a little bit, then you end up with multiple lines of eyeliner, not just the one you want. So that makes this hard to use for me, and I wouldn't repurchase. e.l.f. has come out with lip stains now. This is the one in Crimson Crush, and this seems to perform like a lot of the different lip stains do. I know NYC has some, CoverGirl has some. It's just that marker kind of format. This is a nice all-American true red look, and it's pretty. I have no issue with it. I've only worn this one a time or two. I want to wear it some more to be able to kind of figure out maybe what the small differences are between this and another kind of lip stain, but really pretty color. Very happy with the Crimson Crush. Oh, I got the lip exfoliator. We were talking about this on Beauty Broadcast Live this past week, but this is an interesting little product. Think of it as a lip scrub in a stick. It's totally formed like a lipstick, and it's got a gritty texture. When you put this up against your lips, you can feel some scrubbing happen, and I'm not sure if this is supposed to leave some sort of grit on your lips, because there was reference to in the instructions, like you put it on and then you wipe off whatever residue is left on your lips. I don't have any residue. It doesn't seem to leave anything gritty on my lips. It does leave a little bit of like kind of a sweet tasting balm. But when I use this, I can visibly see it sloughing off, you know, the dead skin on my lips, and I like that. It works well. I'm just not sure like how this is going to wear down as I use it with time. If, you know, the scrubbers and the grittiness, like the brown sugar scrub that this kind of looks like, if that doesn't start coming off on my lips, what's gonna happen? Is this gonna last forever? I don't know. But I'm liking it so far, and I'll keep using it, and I kind of like to use it at the start of my, you know, makeup routine and really get the lips exfoliated and then put a nice moisturizing balm on top. I've got a couple of the e.l.f. mineral lip glosses. I tried one of these maybe a couple years ago and loved it. It was in the shade Trendsetter. Love the formula, not too sticky. It was really pigmented, really pretty neutral lip shade there. So I got the shades in Pageant Princess, and that's what I'm wearing now. You can see that's kind of a sheer pink, right? It's not a real pigmented color. I don't really mind that, but I just want you to know that if you've got real rich pigmented lips naturally, a lot of that may show through with this color. By the way, have you ever been in a beauty pageant? I've never been in a beauty pageant. But I always, whenever I watch the ones on TV, I love where they ask them the question and they have to kind of like a current events question. They have to answer it right off the top of their heads. I love that. I always wish I could be in that circumstance. I'm strange. This other one is called Wild, and when I saw it, I thought maybe that's a dupe for MAC's Pink Lemonade. I really like this shade. It looks like it should be even brighter than Pink Lemonade. I'm laying it on thick here, and I'm still not getting a ton of color, but it's right there. And when I put this on my lips, not a lot shows through. That's my scar, by the way. Had an oven incident, but there is the gloss. And compared to the MAC lip gloss in Pink Lemonade, just let me show you. It's a little more opaque and a little more creamy. There's Pink Lemonade. There's the e.l.f. Wild. So much more sheer, just a heads up for you. It's hard to tell with this stuff that you're just looking at online, right? Other things I got were a few of the single eyeshadows, the Studio Collection. So these are $3 a piece, I believe. And I did do a look with a couple of these, this crazy purple shade, this Purple Passion. I have it on my blog so you can really see how that comes off in action. I did like a bold lower liner purple look. And this is serious, you know, this is an intense color. If you are out there looking for a great purple that's kind of like not plum purple, but a little bit brighter, I think it's so fun. It's got kind of a satin finish to it as well. We're not seeing glitter and sparkle, maybe just a little bit of a satin finish on that. I really like it. Another one I got is, it says Raspberry. I think the name on the website was Raspberry Truffle. How beautiful is this color? Wow. It's kind of like a dark brownish burgundy. You can see it has a little shimmer. Really pretty. Again, very impressed with the pigmentation these shadows have. And the other shade I got was Sunset. I thought this looked like such a pretty golden peach type color. And this one, kind of the most metallic looking out of the three. There's a lot of, I don't know, peachiness coming through. And when it catches the light, it looks more gold. When it's not in the light, it looks peachy. And there's the golden. I think I might have saved the best for last. These things I'm really excited about. These are the e.l.f. Lip Balm Tints. I love how I say it's the e.l.f. before everything, I feel like. Of course, it's an e.l.f. haul. I got two shades, Nude and Berry. I'm so pumped about these. First off, not only do they smell like a really kind of sweet vanilla scent, but they actually have kind of a taste or a flavor on your lips. So that takes you back to like your lip smacker days. I was gonna say lip smacking days. But this is the Nude shade, and as you can see, it's creamy, it's kind of shiny, but it's not sparkly. This is just like a creamy nude kind of glossy balm. It's got a really comfortable texture and nice pigment. Look at this. You know what these kind of remind me of? Remember when L'Oreal made those L'Oreal Hip Jelly Balms, I think they were called? I love those things. They were in little glass jars. They had great colors. These are kind of along those lines with scent and with texture. And this is the Berry shade. So it looks like kind of a deep red. And it actually comes off with quite a bit of color. There's that one. So really impressed. I'm so comfortable to wear. This is definitely the kind of thing I could use, you know, with my finger to apply, or I could use that nice little lip brush I showed you earlier, but I like these a lot. I would definitely seek out some other colors of those for sure. So I hope this haul gives you a little info on some new things from e.l.f. Like I said, a new favorites type video from this brand will be coming soon, where I'll round up, you know, out of everything I tried, what do I think are the must-haves from e.l.f. So I'll be working on that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later with my swatch fingers. Bye!